Executive Report, Polycystic Kidney Disease (PKD), Therapeutics and Diagnostics 2025 to 2030. Market landscape. The global polycystic kidney disease (PKD) market is an emerging high-value rare disease segment primarily focused on autosomal dominant polycystic kidney disease (PKD). Estimated at around $1.5 billion in 2024. The market is projected to grow to approximately $3.3 billion by 2030, with a compound annual growth rate near 13%. This growth is driven by the expansion of disease-modifying therapies, advances in diagnostic biomarkers, and increasing patient awareness and screening. Technology push and market pull drivers. Technology push. Disease-modifying therapies (DMTs) such as Tolvaptan remain the only FDA EMA-approved treatment that slows kidney function decline in PKD. Research is ongoing into new mechanisms, including modulation of CAMP signaling, the mTOR pathway, and cellular metabolism. Advances in imaging techniques, especially MRI volumetrics, genetic testing targeting PCD1 and PKD to mutations, and emerging fluid biomarkers improve early diagnosis and monitoring. Emerging gene therapy and RNA interference approaches targeting cyst formation are in early clinical stages. Market pull. There is significant unmet need for alternatives to Tolvaptan due to its side effects, including liver toxicity and excessive urine production, which impact patient adherence. Improved diagnostic capabilities and genetic screening increase the number of diagnosed patients, driving market demand. Regulatory incentives, such as orphan drug designations and accelerated approval pathways, encourage innovation. Top 5 global innovators. Product due diligence. Otsuka Pharmaceutical, 𝗪𝗪𝗢𝗪 Tolvaptan. 𝗪𝗪𝗢𝗪 is an oral vasopressin V2 receptor antagonist approved by FDA and EMA for slowing kidney function decline in PKD patients. It generated approximately $800 million in sales in 2024, with projections reaching $1.1 billion by 2030. Patents protecting 𝗪𝗪𝗢𝗪 expire between 2028 and 2030. Orphan drug exclusivity has largely expired by 2025 in both the US and EU, and data exclusivity expired in the EU by 2025. 𝗪𝗪𝗢𝗪𝗓's value proposition lies in being the only approved disease-modifying treatment despite challenges with tolerability. Sanofi, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗏. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗏 is a vasopressin V2 receptor antagonist similar to Tolvaptan but with an improved liver safety profile. Mirum Pharmaceuticals, 𝗪𝗛𝗏. 𝗪𝗛𝗏 is a small molecule targeting CAMP and inflammatory pathways, currently in phase 2b trials with promising early efficacy signals. It is expected to launch beyond 2028 with potential peak sales around $300 million. Composition patents are in place through 2037, and orphan drug exclusivity is anticipated if approved. 𝗪𝗛𝗏 offers an alternative mechanism of action, which could allow use alone or in combination therapies. Goldfinch Bio's 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗪𝗏 is a TRPC5 ion channel inhibitor targeting kidney damage in PKD and other diseases. It's in late phase 2/3, with regulatory filings expected around 2027. Sales could top $400 million, and patents last until 2038. Calliditas Therapeutics, 𝗓𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗔𝗍𝗪𝗔𝗡. 𝗓𝗘𝗪 is approved for IgA nephropathy, is undergoing phase 3 trials for PKD-related kidney fibrosis. It generated approximately $60 million in sales in 2024 and may reach $150 million by 2030 if the PKD indication is approved. Patents are valid through 2030, and orphan drug exclusivity is expected for the PKD indication. The drug provides an antifibrotic approach that may complement cyst growth inhibitors with a well-established safety profile. Diagnostics, evolution, and market scope. Imaging modalities, particularly MRI volumetrics measuring total kidney volume, are key for tracking disease progression and are supported by regulatory agencies as biomarkers. Genetic testing for PCD1 and PKD to mutations is increasingly adopted to enable early diagnosis and prognosis. Fluid biomarkers, including urinary proteins such as NGAL and MCP1, are under active research for validation. Leading diagnostic innovators include companies like Invitae and Natera, which offer comprehensive genetic panels. Bayer Healthcare, which is advancing MRI imaging protocols and AI analysis. And Quanterix, which is developing ultra-sensitive biomarker detection platforms. Economic valuation and forecast 2025-2030. In 2024, Otsuka's 𝗪𝗪𝗢𝗏 leads with approximately $800 million in sales, expected to grow to over $1.1 billion by 2030, supporting an estimated asset valuation near $5 billion. Sanofi's 𝗪𝗪𝗢𝗏, still in development, has projected peak sales exceeding $600 million and an estimated asset valuation of about $3.5 billion. Mirum's 𝗪𝗪𝗢𝗏 and Goldfinch Bio's 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗏, both in late clinical stages, have forecasted peak sales around $300 million and $400 million respectively, with asset valuations of approximately $1.2 billion and $1.5 billion. Calliditas Tarpeyo is smaller but growing, with 2024 sales around $60 million and potential to reach $150 million by 2030, supporting an asset valuation near $800 million. Strategic recommendations: Otsuka should focus on life cycle management and expanding combinations with diagnostics partnerships to maximize 𝗪𝗪𝗢𝗏's market potential. Sanofi and Mirum need to accelerate late-stage clinical development and generate robust safety and efficacy data to facilitate reimbursement and market access. Goldfinch Bio should leverage its platform's potential to expand beyond PKD, maximizing patient reach and competitive advantage. Calliditas should expedite the PKD fibrosis indication to capture the emerging antifibrotic market niche. Conclusion: the PKD therapeutics landscape is evolving from a single approved therapy to a diversified portfolio addressing cyst growth, kidney damage, and fibrosis. Patent expirations around Tolvaptan open opportunities for newer therapies with improved safety and efficacy profiles. Diagnostics are becoming essential to early diagnosis and disease monitoring, supported by advancing imaging, genetic testing, and biomarker technologies. This integrated innovation approach combined with market needs creates a robust growth environment for the PKD sector over the next 5 years.